Good morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to read a book called The Snoring Monster. The Snoring Monster by David L. Harrison, illustrated by Richard Wells. Most nights, Terry fell asleep as soon as his father turned out the light, but one night he didn't. He tried, but he just couldn't. And while he lay there looking at the wall, he saw a goblin. He even heard the goblin's teeth popping. Pop, pop, pop. "Daddy," Terry yelled, "come quickly." "Yes, son," his father said. "What is it?" "I see a goblin on my wall," Terry whispered. I hear his teeth popping. They go pop, pop, pop." Terry's father turned on the light. "You were seeing yourself in the mirror," he said, "and you were hearing the furnace pipes popping. Sometimes pipes do that when the furnace comes on." "Is that all it was?" Terry asked. "That's all," his father said. "Nothing but the furnace pipe goblin." So he's tucking him back into bed. Terry felt much better. "Thank you, Daddy," he said. "Good night, son," said his father. He tried to go to sleep, but he couldn't. And while he lay there, looking at the floor, he saw a monster, and he heard it creeping toward him. Creak, creak, creak. "Daddy," Terry shouted. "What is it?" his father asked. "I see a monster on my floor," Terry told him. "I hear it creeping closer. It goes creak, creak, creak." There's the monster on the floor. Terry's father turned on the light. "You were seeing the rug," he said, "and you were hearing the boards on the floor creak. Sometimes boards do that when they cool down at night. See, you can see, look, it was just his toys and his coat." "I'm glad that's all it was," Terry said with a yawn. "And I'm glad you feel better," his father whispered. "No need to worry about that floorboard monster. Good night." Terry tried harder than ever to go to sleep, but he couldn't. And while he lay there looking out the window, he saw a witch. And he heard her pecking at the glass. Tap, tap, tap. She was trying to get in. "Daddy," Terry yelled. "Yes," said his father. "I see a witch in my window," Terry said. "I hear her pecking at the glass. She goes tap, tap, tap." Terry's father picked him up and they looked out the window together. "You were seeing that elm branch," his father said, "and you were hearing it brush against your window when the wind blew. Tomorrow we will go out and trim that elm witch." See, it was just a tree. "You're funny, Daddy," Terry said. "Good night, son," his father whispered. "And don't you worry about that old elm witch." Terry tried and tried to go to sleep, but he couldn't. The refrigerator was humming in the kitchen, and Terry's tummy felt empty. Terry got up and went to his parents' bedroom. "Daddy," he whispered, "there's a hungry demon in the kitchen. I hear his tummy rumbling." Terry's father sat up and listened. Then he smiled. "I think you're right," he said. "Maybe we should go see about that hungry demon." "We sure took care of that hungry demon," Terry said with his mouth full of cinnamon toast. "We sure did," his father agreed. So they went and ate food. Terry's father carried him back to bed and tucked him in. This time, Terry didn't have to try. He was fast asleep, even before his father turned the light out. And he was snoring. Said Terry's father to himself. "Now there's a snoring monster in my son's bed." I hope you guys enjoyed our story today. I miss you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye! Monster Nights. Nope, start over. I said Monster Nights.
Why?
Instead of most nights. Most nights, Terry felt... I hate the dogs. Start over.